Well, here's some numbers that might wake you up. The government's drone program costs more than $12,000 an hour, but a new report reveals it's pretty much useless. The report says drones survey fewer than 200 miles of the border and flew 80% fewer hours than they were expected to. Plus, every hour in the air costs $10,000 more than what the government claims it costs. Wow. What exactly is wrong with the drone program? What isn't wrong with the drone program might be a better way to put it, and can it be fixed? We asked Ronald Colburn. He's former deputy chief of the U.S. Border Patrol, and we're grateful to have him. Mr. Colburn, thanks for joining us this morning.
Thank you, Tucker.
So is the report accurate? Is the drone program as ineffective as it sounds?
Well, when I read the report that the Inspector General put out, I did say to myself, it's about time. What it does is it dispels the myth that drones, or unmanned aerial systems, as we call them, are the end-all or the silver bullet that solves the border security problem. There are those in the Beltway that would love to just cloak the border with drones and then just wash their hands of this, believing that, like other silver bullet solutions that are non-existent, they can walk away from it.
Yes.
It is not. It does have value, though. It has both a strategic and a tactical value, but not in the way it has been used, and it certainly is falling short of expectations.
I remember being down in South Texas and seeing the massive blimps tethered up there to catch illegals crossing, and it didn't seem to stop them at all. Let's put up on the screen a chart that shows that how many apprehensions of illegals drones are responsible for. So in Tucson, Arizona, big border crossing, 1.8% of all apprehensions were helped by drones. In the Rio Grande Valley in Texas, it's 0.7%. That's miserable.
Yes, and that is in part because they are not applying this particular unmanned aerial system, the Predator B, in a tactical sense in order to spot, track, and assist the troops on the ground in intercepting the illegal activity on the ground. They are being used strategically, but the problem is we expected that we would get greater coverage, and sometimes the problem is ourselves and how we're using it and how we're funding it. There are 10 aircraft that are owned right now within the department, and only one flies at a time for about 4 hours on the average per day. When it flies in a tactical sense, spotting activity on the ground, it has been very valuable because of the sensor payload on it. But when it is not being used that way, it has less of an immediate or measurable value. And that's been their challenge. They don't have metrics. They don't have a way to quantify its value yet versus its price. And
They
its
don't
high
have a way.
price.
They only in the government would they, quote, not have a way to quantify its value. If this were a company, they would have built that measure right into the process from day one. So basically what you're saying is this has been a problem for a long time. The administration hasn't done anything about it. And instead they've reassured the rest of us by saying, well, we've got drones. We're on the case. But that's a lie.
Yes, I helped pilot the initial program in 2004 on behalf of the Border Patrol before the program was handed off to the Office of Air and Marine, and I was a skeptic. They did prove flying the Hermes, a smaller one. The Predator B has a 60-foot wingspan. It's not a small aircraft, and it comes at a cost of $13 million or more when you add the sensor package to it.
Right.
The Hermes proved that it can have a tactical value in spotting and tracking illegal entrants on the ground. There are other alternatives, and certainly less expensive alternatives, and that's what the IG is encouraging CBP to do.
Perfect. Ronald Colburn, thanks for joining us this morning.
My pleasure.